Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme.
Fixerbot says,
Welcome. Stream starts in 5 minutes.
You know what I mean. Got high expectations. Gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unlock secrets. I'll unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In the stream of knowledge, together we'll grow.
T minus 4 minutes.
Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unlock secrets. I'll unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In the stream of knowledge, together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected, I'm about to go live.
Stream about to start. 1 minute left.
Expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unlock secrets. I'll unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow. In the stream of knowledge, together we'll grow.
welcome in! Welcome back. So I was just checking my stuff here while I was waiting and uploading another video to YouTube. Yeah, right, so these we have to check out. They were just popping up on my YouTube there. So, TryHackMe. We're almost done, right? Almost done with internal, I think so. Let's go in here. We'll have to redo bits of what we did. I think I can start seeing why it's considered hard. Maybe because we will have to go another step into another thing, you know? And I'm assuming we will do an SSH tunnel to get this last step. Yeah. I started my VM, but or rather I started VMware. I'll have to start it too. So we'll take a few, what do you think, seconds? So, notes. I started to check Snap out a bit, and I actually listened to a few of their docs here on at work. So this is from the page we were in, this one. And it appears that if you click about, you find out that Snap itself is a bundle of an app and its dependencies that works without modification across Linux distributions. Snapd is it's a daemon. Snap Store is where we can get these things, and Snapcraft, which is the name of the site here, is the command and the framework to build and publish snaps. So it's Snapcraft, really. So we have a Snap directory in the root of this machine, and that's why I'll just log into Kelly here. There, so that's why I'm checking it out, so I know what we're doing, and I'm like, why didn't I use this before, did I? Was it long ago? I don't know. So I also asked ChatGPT a question here. Compare Snap to Docker. Actually, I think there was a Docker directory in the Snap one, so I'm going to actually TTS this while I start the VPN.
Sure. Let's compare Snap and Docker by exploring their similarities, differences, and any cooperation between the two. Similarities. Containerization. Both Snap and Docker package applications and their dependencies, allowing for isolated environments. This helps in avoiding conflicts with other software and provides a consistent runtime environment. Cross-platform. Both tools work across different Linux distributions, ensuring that applications run the same way on various systems. Isolation. Both use some form of sandboxing to isolate applications from the host system, though the mechanisms and levels of isolation differ. Ease of deployment. Snap and Docker both simplify the deployment process, enabling developers to package applications once and run them anywhere. Version control. Both systems support versioning of the applications, allowing users to roll back to previous versions if needed. Differences. Purpose and scope. Docker, primarily designed for containerizing applications along with their environments. It is more focused on running complex multi-container applications and microservices. Docker containers can run on any OS that supports Docker, Linux, Windows, Mac OS. Snap, aimed at packaging applications for Linux distributions, ensuring that they are easily distributable and updatable. It is more focused on single applications rather than multi-container setups. Architecture. Docker uses Docker Engine, which leverages containerization technology based on namespaces and groups provided by the Linux kernel. Containers are lightweight and share the host OS kernel. Snap uses Snapped, a background service that manages snaps on a system. Snaps are self-contained packages that include the application and all its dependencies. Use cases. Docker, commonly used for development, testing, and deployment of applications, particularly for creating scalable microservices architectures. Snap, typically used for distributing desktop applications, system services, and cloud applications to end users on various Linux distributions. Package format. Docker uses Docker images, which are built using Docker files that describe the environment and the application. Snap uses Snap packages, which are built using a snapcraft.yaml file that defines the build and runtime environment. Security. Docker provides isolation through containerization, but shares the host kernel, which can be a security concern if not properly managed. Snap provides more fine-grained permissions and confinement options, such as strict, classic, and dev mode, leveraging app meta profiles for additional security. Cooperation. While Snap and Docker serve different purposes, they can be used together in several ways. Running Snap within Docker, developers can package a Snap and run it inside a Docker container. This can be useful for testing Snap packages in isolated environments. Combining strengths. In a microservices architecture, Docker can be used to run various microservices, while Snap can be used to package and distribute individual applications or services that need to be run on Linux distributions. Complementary use cases. Docker can manage complex application environments and dependencies, while Snap can ensure that individual applications and services are easily distributable and maintainable across different Linux distributions. In summary, while Snap and Docker have overlapping capabilities in terms of application isolation and distribution, they are optimized for different scenarios and use cases. Docker is more suited for containerized application environments and microservices, whereas Snap is focused on easy distribution and updates for individual applications on Linux. They can be used together to leverage the strengths of both tools in a complementary fashion.
So, a quick difference between these, and it's obviously there are a lot of differences, and I kind of half trust ChatGPT to do this kind of thing. I've also read like most of this actually by TTS at work while I was doing other stuff, you know. So this quick start tour here is kind of useful. We can do snap list. We can well, find more information about them. Run them. There's lots of information, of course. There are also versions, as ChatGPT mentions. You can do snapshots of them. And let's look at this. Where to store data? Yeah. Anyway, I wrote down a few things. Well, actually, I'll have to go get my notes from my backpack. And I also looked at here these, working with them. And the most interesting thing really of this is that network bits, they are automatically, let's see, where's the interfaces bit? Was it in the quick start? It might have been this bit here. Yeah, working with them and managing them probably. So how come I can't click that one? Oh, here. That's why. So, yeah. It's the coloring. Since I'm using, you know, Dark Reader, it's not actually supposed to be like this. That's why I couldn't see the errors. So, yeah, so these interfaces are not network interfaces, they're just all the interfaces. And it creates some automatically, like network, audio stuff connecting to the computer. And I'm guessing this is what we have. This IP address there. But I'm not sure. We'll have to look what's on the machine and see if we can list them even with our permissions as a user. I'll go get the notes. Let's just post this. So I'm still kind of curious. You might have like connected the snap word to, you know. Yeah, but I think I should have known more about it. So I have a few post-its here. So I'm just going to actually add this to our notes to start with. because I just created before stream here a document for Snap in Linux Exploration. So if we ever end up with this again, you know, we want to still remember everything. So let's do snap list, and we can add more later. And we have snap interfaces all, and we will do port forwarding. So I just typed down what I will be doing. So you plan stuff before, you know. Then we have snap services, and then we can like set and get stuff here. So we have snap get, and then we have a snap name, and we want this in these two or it will go funny looking, right? Because this can do HTML tags, so these characters are special. So, and then also the same with when we list this, we will get a list of keys, and we can do a key name here too to get more about it. And there's also, let's see, should I copy? Yeah, let's copy this one again. And this is get -d, and then we get all info in JSON format there. And then there's also a snap set. So snap set, and the rest here to set stuff is my note. That's this one about get and set. And services we have, and this bit is just about, well, I actually checked from work on my GitHub that I already have the other stuff in my notes that I thought about adding, and I already had it on SSH, and I found it here on connection and SSH. So let's open this one too, because we will be using SSH. We did yesterday. We used SSH, but then it was just for fun, and then when we explored, I realized that we will actually use this, right? So we will do something like this, but with the IP, the internal IP of the machine here. And L is a local tunnel, which means it's the client to you, and R is the remote you to the client. So it's the L one we need. Well, let's copy this line here, and let's go to the box notes. We will need to copy files. Yes, love. Okay, so one of my kids is just here. 1 second. Going direkt med gubben. Men jag tror inte det är så jättelångt. Men jag kan inte bara vara igång i 10 minuter. Jag trodde inte du skulle prata så. So I'm back. So so we decided yesterday. I asked my kids like, so we're going to do some Scratch today together. He's been doing examples himself and he's getting started really good with the programming things. And I was going to do it with him, and I said, "Can you say a time?" No, we just said it when I just started, when I talked about it just a few minutes ago. Well, that's life. Anyway, I'm going to do this first now. But it will be a shorter stream than normal. It won't be 4 hours today. And it won't be 8 or 10 hours either. I'm also going to fix my hubby's bike later. So it's a flat. Yeah, so, well, let's hop over to the box. It should have started thoroughly now. Yeah, so the box is up, and we have in our notes here in info 0, we have most of what we need to get started. We don't need to rerun Nmap, you know. We have the page, just a charging cable for my hanging down there. So I was looking for this, the password for admin. My 2 boys, this is what we need first. So let's look. I think there's actually a login here, and we can do admin and my 2 boys there, and remind me later. And this one is a bit slow, at least it was yesterday, and it seems now too to be kind of slow. Though we don't need this for long. We already know exactly what to do to get to the... first of all, we have... we're going to copy to the theme here. Let's hop up here and open. We first checked out a lot of stuff. I'm not going through it all again. It's on the saved streams. Here's the ASPX rev shell. So this is where we'll have the information most probably. No, this is the wrong one. Let's see. I'm like my god, ASPX? No, it's a PHP one. What on earth? So I'm going to finish making like a report on this one. That well, it's still open. It's the last one we did. So logged in as admin here. This is where we're at. So we see these credentials here on the page, and as we're logged in and go to the normal page, we looked at a lot of things. We couldn't edit plugins, we can't upload any files, plugins, themes, images, anything, not even link an image from an URL. So this page is not really useful. You know, you couldn't do anything on it, you couldn't use it, it's too locked down there. But we can edit the themes. So we're going to edit the themes, and we go to Appearance Themes and the theme editor, and we select a PHP file. Last time we took the index PHP here, so let's use that one so our link works. So I did copy the wrong link here, I see. So that it won't help. I'll have to type it again. Anyway, this one, right, we don't have to type it because I still had it up. There's actually the editing of this, and then we have this one. Let's copy this URL because we will need it So this is the same file. Though this one, whatever. Let's close that one. This is our current one. I'll just paste this in the notes, this path. So this one was wrong. Sometimes when I copy on this machine, it doesn't work as well as I would expect it to. Changing one of the... Yeah, so that's actually the editing, and this is going to it. So we can actually save this one too. And put it in the other one too, here. We edited index.html, which is up here. So let's do that. So we're going to edit this one again, and I don't have it in my notes, but as you can see here, it's Pentest Monkey that we have up. So to Pentest Monkey. I'm kind of sure I typed that somewhere in here in the notes. So let's open this up. I should have kept it open. I opened it by mistake before. So recent last file you open here. So we can just close this and let's just paste it here and update the file. And then we go to this one. First we need to listen, because if we're not listening, then we won't get a shell. Right, so NC, my god, what do I usually use? NVLP 443, right? I'm just surprised it didn't pop up in the history. So now let's reload this page that we updated. So when we load this page, we will run the Pentest Monkey shell here, reverse shell. So I'm F5ing this page, or we could have clicked here too. I think it couldn't F5. Oh, look. So I actually did something wrong. So I'm just checking. This is what I did last time. LVNP, which is the same. I think I did. Yeah, so we got it. It said failed to demonize, so I thought it wouldn't work. Connection refused. It worked. Maybe I did it twice and that's why. Yeah, that's why. So the first time I F5'd, it did actually work. So we already had it by then. I thought it didn't work to F5 when I was up in the line editing the URL. So, we are back on the machine as we have, well, let's do an LSLA here, right? And we can see here we have the snap directory, and that's what we're going to look at. What I found was I went to OPT kind of at once. Let's actually LSLA OPT star OPT. Oh my god, the error is right. OPT star there. Yeah. And there's only one file and one directory we don't have permissions to. So let's catch that file. So opt vp save.txt, and we could fix this nicely in Python, but we're going to sudo to this user that we have here. So let's sudo to ob. I have such trouble spelling this name. I'm sorry. And we're going to copy this and we're going to paste it there. Oh right, so we need to. Sorry. Of course, we still need Python things. Python 3, C. Will I remember the full thing? That's the question. I think I need a bit of help, so I'm just scrolling to in our notes what we actually did last time. I just checked here where Vivid Data to start with. We list and I went into the home. We found this. I checked here. This seemed to be the only user, and then we did Python here. So, and then kind of quickly I just stumbled on the OPT one. So see, I'll still try typing it. Import pty. Trying not to look. Pty dot, what is it? Spawn. And then we have bin bash there, and just end it. And we have a prettier prompt. So now we can sue. And I'll have to remember her. Brianna. Was it Ariana? No. Let's hop back to the notes. I can scroll up because we have it there, right? So I'm skipping the. We're going to do stuff here anyway. So Brianna, right? Oh, there I was just testing passwords. We didn't have anything yet. So I'm typing in there by mistake. So, Brianna. There. And I think I have the password. So now we're her. And this is kind of where we ended, actually. Though we checked around a bit at places. We spent most time digging through and looking at WordPress and reading about how to make plugins and lots of things. But then when we wanted to save that plugin, it couldn't do it. There wasn't any save button. Anyway, so that's a great amount of knowledge learned last stream about WordPress. So let's go to the Snap one. And let's try these commands that I just put in my notes on Snap here. So let's see if we can snap list. Well, actually first, I'll just Control C, and it's like almost ST there. Yeah, so so we have the stability here. So we don't tap into Control C or anything. So snap. Right, let's do the export term too. Yeah, I was thinking I did it little wrong letter. So in here there's a bin, and I read about that. This bin directory is where it is. Oh, I just want to do snap list now. I waited too long to run this. So that's not a lot, right? So the rest we had like snap, interfaces, all. Snap all not found. Okay, so this is not the same version maybe that I had. Now we can arrow up at least. So just skip the all. So maybe there's nothing. It's deprecated. Okay. Use snap connections. and there's nothing. Okay, so let's see Snap Services too. This is great, getting a lot of knowledge even if it's not here. So what we have now, let's actually cd into the bin anyway. So there's nothing here. Let's go to her home directory and let's look here, because there's a directory called Snap here, and there's one called Jenkins, a file called Jenkins. Let's actually look at the Jenkins files, because that's
Abdu
where we
Shakur
get
says, what's your distro?
This is Kali. So it's a Debian family. So it's very nice, actually. I used it when I went on vacation. I only brought one laptop and it had Kali, and I went like, I played Minecraft with my kids and I watched Netflix. Everything works as it should, you know. So let's get the Jenkins.txt, right? So here we get the information that the internal Jenkins service is running at this. So that's why I thought it would start it with the snap, because we have all these snap things. But maybe it's not. Maybe it is in this directory. We're going to look there now, because I didn't have time last time, because I was going to help my kids then too, or do something with my kids. So we have this shell SVV data. Now let's make a new one actually for today. So let's make a new note 8, and we're still, so shell as Brianna day 2, right? So now let's continue here and let's explore this snap directory. And that's the second time today. And this is why I checked the connection between Docker and Snap, because there's a directory called Docker, and we didn't look at this last time. Yeah, we did actually look at it, and we found this funny link here. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking, let's just connect to this one, but I would like to know more how it works too. So we need to connect to this one. What we did last time, just for fun that time, was to actually add a SSH here. So let's do. We can go back to the home directory.
Abdu Shakur says, do you take all your notes in Obsidian?
Yeah, I do, since quite a few months now. And it's much nicer. I used to do it in Google Docs, and that's not a good idea. Though I kind of miss seeing the headers underneath the files on the side here, you know? So I would like, maybe we'll make this. There are plugins, you know. So we can make a plugin that can show the headers underneath here. That would be nice. That's what I'm lacking in Obsidian. Otherwise, it used to not be able to drag and scroll, and now it does it. So
Abdu Shakur says your Obsidian graph must be good.
So I'm just making sure. So Obsidian. Oh, I don't use the graph stuff actually. I just do notes in here and organize them like this. So, and I have, like, here's the tools and info, and here I have different steps of, well, this. So we're in Linux here now, Linux exploration, which will end up in exploitation, right? SMB, Windows 80, different things. Brute force, we used the other day, we actually got the admin password from brute forcing there for the site, WordPress site. So yeah, let's I'll just paste it when we have a bit more information here. So first of all, we're going to create an we're going to run SSH keygen. I think it just makes the directory and everything. Or there's a directory but it's empty. Well, let's cd there so you can see it's empty. So this is just nothing here. So let's do one. And let's default everything. No pass. What did it call it? Passphrase, yeah. So now we can SSH. Right, so I created a directory last time for this one, and I saved the last one that was generated. It will not be the same, right? So we'll have to delete the other one. cd internal. So let's rmid rsa, and let's get the new one, and we'll have to do nc. Yeah, that's good. So we are waiting for a file. We have to send it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's use the nodes because memory, right? Right, let's actually change my nodes. I think it's prettier like this, and I always do that. So we just we nc our IP and port number and just put the file in there, right? So I'm typing the wrong thing again. There. So there were a lot more characters after the dash suddenly. So we have 10, 18, 21, 236, and space, port number, and we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it's so easy, right? And I always do the arrow first in the wrong direction, and we're in the directory, which is nice that I just went in there. So there. So this should be kind of quick. It should have received the file. So waiting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's abort this and let's see. So our file is 0 size. That's not correct. So the last one here was this size. So I did something wrong. Let's again do this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I abort this one now, this one is still running, and I'm confirming that I didn't type anything odd. nc IP port, I roll the file in there, and we just do this. And this is why I'm making it for file copy, because I think this is annoying. Obviously it is annoying, right? Because we don't know. We can open a new tab and we'll be in the same directory automatically. Now there's a file there with 0 size again. So did I do something wrong on the box? So it's definitely not 0. So yeah, a lot of characters become that apparently. So it is 0, but it is sending the file, and the file is not that size. I've never seen this, that it doesn't work at once. This is new. Anyone know what I did wrong? I don't think I did anything wrong. So, LSLA again. And let's just abort this. And this is on our machine too. And it's 0. And this one. Oh, I didn't click it. Didn't I click it? Seriously. Well. If I didn't click it, that's kinda why. It's still 0. Yeah, so something is odd. So let's compare to the logs from yesterday, because we did this yesterday. Because then it was just for fun. Then I realized we needed it. So let's hop up. First, actually, we have the NC file copy open twice now, so that's not necessary. We don't need WordPress notes anymore. And let's go to wrong machine. So I should actually, I guess I should do this. Well, I forget about that one. So we have yesterday. We have 2 from yesterday here. Yeah, we can drag these and make other ones too. It's nice. I like Obsidian. So if we wanted to compare them, we could compare them side by side. So let's just scroll down. So I checked opt. We found the credentials. We sued to Brianna, and the first thing I did was to check here. Yeah, the user one. Am I blind? I must be blind. Didn't I copy it all? I was sure I did. So, no, because I decided that since the SSH was just for fun, you know, I didn't add that. And then we did the SSH, that's why there's the 6 and 7 here. Oh! Okay, so here I made the... Okay, because we hopped to her instead, and then it split it here. Okay, yeah. So we did the SSH keygen, and here's what we used yesterday. So, yeah, right, I could have mistyped the IP. I didn't check the IP. I didn't double check it. Yeah, I mistyped the IP because I was like, there's no way this is wrong, but I mistyped the IP. So now we know why it didn't work, and this one is still waiting. So we'll just send this, and now we should not have an empty file here. Yeah. So I'm feeling a bit stupid not double checking the IP. I guess it's because a tiny bit of me is stressed to get to my kid as quick as possible, because he wanted me like just when we started streaming, and I haven't done much. Oh my goodness. Oh well. So now we have the file there, so we can use SSH now, and the last one we did was this one yesterday. But actually we don't want to do SSH to it, but we can still keep this, and let's check the IP address. Here. And I should also remember what I usually do in these files. I put the IP at the top. So So when I look later at my notes and think like, what IP is this? I know what IP it is. And I'm going to copy the last one we used yesterday too. I think we restarted it. No, that's a failed copy again. So it happens on this box, on this machine. I think especially when I run ShareX, but also otherwise. I guess it's the between the VM and sometimes it's on the wrong machine, but the wrong machine gets the stuff, you know? So, 178.241. And what we want to do now is not actually just do this, but we want to do L, and we want to do F, and we want to do do you remember the information? Because I don't. Here. This is the port. We could just 8080. So 8080 that. And I need to open a new tab and do SSH. Oh my god, caps. SSH help, because I want to know more about the F. What is F? I don't like commands that don't have a detailed help. Query option. So SSH, do I have to man it? I don't like man. So requires SSH to go to the background just before command execute. This view not going to ask password passphrase, but it uses one password implies n. Yes, I was like, why do I have F in my brain there? I don't remember. So background just before command execution. Let's actually look at my SSH. We popped it up before, right? Do I have it here? No, I don't. So let's skip it. We don't want it to be backgrounded. So, here, let's delete that. And is this correct? I think so. Right, we could do something about verbosity too. Or verbosity.
Quantic Games says greetings from Romania.
Greetings, welcome in. So let's see here. This is why I don't like this. I mean man, because it's too much. I wanted like one line for every option, not this way or wherever it was before this. And also when you quit, it's gone. You can scroll up there too. So just lowercase v is verbose mode. So cute. This is too little information. And there is no option H or no help one either. Okay. So let's just add V to this one. I'll just do tiny options first. So yes, and her password. I don't suspect I have it copied still, right? Let's copy it. where is it here? There, and yeah, so we check snapped out. I made notes here on it. So that's what this note was about. So copy, and let's paste it here. Oh my god, I didn't manage to pop over to the other machine. So it worked, and we're here, right? So yeah. So we get, that's why the F is, because if we didn't want, you know, the prompt to be SSH'd into the machine at the same time. So it had added let's look at what it actually does, because I haven't done it that many times, and not with a port like that. So remote protocol version, authenticating, Solana, algorithm. Server key, authenticity for host, key fingerprint, and then we approved it, and it was added. It's nice to do verbosity, you know, sometimes we get a bit more information too in the verbose mode. Authentication count. Next authentication method. Yeah, why did we do the... I don't know what I was thinking yesterday, because we could have just SSH'd in. Why did I do this? Can anyone tell me? We were just playing with it, and now I did the same because we did it yesterday. Well. Anyway, it's there. It's there. I didn't use the file when I logged in. Did you notice? That was so stupid. I should have done that. Let's actually redo it almost. I don't want to redo it. So this local forward listening. So where's the other one? Yeah, so this was kind of stupid. Yeah, for Docker 0. Yeah, so we could have seen this here too. So, yeah. So what was I thinking yesterday? I know I wanted to test SSH keygen on the box. But I didn't use it then either to connect. So why did I even do it if I didn't use it? And we copied the file for nothing then. Well, that's stuff you do. We'll try afterwards. Make sure that it works as it should with the key too. Yeah. Let's see now. So, how do I check this out now? Yeah. So, let's go to this and do localhost 8080. And we are not getting Google, I hope. So slow doesn't mean much on this one, it seems, right? So should we keep this up in case we need to go there again? Because I'm kind of thinking my kid's been waiting for 40 minutes. So it's not good doing this when you're a bit stressed. That's not good. So unknown error occurred because. But let's do 127,001 instead. And that was quicker. So didn't it understand what localhost is? So what IP did I use here when we did the other thing? Yeah, this is it. So, this was not the way to do it. So, let's see, yesterday. So do you have any suggestions? What odd thing did I do? What didn't I think of? What did I miss? So we could just curl it on the machine, of course. So I don't see what I could have done wrong, really. Let's check so it's not timing out. No, we're just 1 hour almost. I should have known that, right? So, why wouldn't this work? Am I doing something stupid like mistyping an IP again? Because that took too much time. I feel very stupid that happened. This. How much time did I spend on such a stupid thing? Anyway, I think this is correct. Do we use 8080 for anything? I don't think so. Don't think so. It's colon, right? So yeah. This is what we have. Maybe we should take something else. And we could try the we could leave this running. We could leave this running. We could just make a new tab and let's do SSH again. And this will be the wrong IP, right? And I put it in the notes now, so it should be on top there. Oh, we can type it. We can type it. 241, and then we add the L bit, and what was I doing? Like, so here I've used just 9,000. Let's do something like that again, right? Oh look, this is screenshot. This is funny. Do you know what this is? I think this is from like Gar stream like a year ago almost. And I've just screenshotted. This is when I learned this. And it's actually the same one. And it's exactly the same as what I typed. I didn't see this before. This was just an example image. And it's go to localhost, which I did and didn't work. So this kind of confirms that I didn't do it wrong, right? Well, that was nice. Or not nice. So I did localhost first here. And then I changed it because it didn't work. Let's do localhost, yeah, again. We could just skip a burp too. I'm not using burp right now. So let's do 8080. And did I mistype 8080? No, we still have the same thing. So if we disable burp here for a second, and we do this one again, we're still getting burp. So I did disable burp. Oh, I get it. It's on port 8080. Nice. Now I know why. Because I have burp there. And that's why it doesn't work, of course. So we need another port. Let's do another port. So it was funny because I just used the same port as it already had, you know. Oh well. This was just getting help. Let's do 9,000 then. I don't think I'm using 9,000. So don't forget what ports you're using for something when you do this. Because, and this is the port that's on this machine. Well, this is not localhost. Why did I type like... Well, 172.17, right? 01. Let's confirm this. Yeah, and I did 8080. Let's just exit this one. We could have just done this and changed the port too. We can do this. It's written in the other one too, but I don't care. We had the V option here too, right? Let's do this one. And her password. Scrolling in the wrong place. This was just so funny that this was here. But that was not what made me realize what the problem was. it was that we got the burp message when we didn't use burp. So that was a good trying to find some good error. Well, you should like debug your stuff, find the error. And that is one thing to do that actually worked very well now. Yeah, so I feel stupid. So I have said 80, 80, 80, 90 here for burp and Kaido. So let's do 9,000 again. Yeah, so next time I will remember this. Learning by your mistakes. There it is. So in our SSH notes, right here. Let's actually do a font color equals red font, and don't use 8080. You probably have burp there. Public notes, I have to say probably. Don't use 8080 if you have burp there. Yeah, this deserves a smiley, right? Obviously, or another port that you're using, like I'm using 8090 too. So if you're already listening on a port, you shouldn't try and do it again. Use it for another thing too. So we have a password that we never used, and the user that we never used, and it is, let's go back. Yeah, this is where it is. WordPress here. Logged in as admin. This one, Will's credentials. I'm guessing this is for here, or it will be used like nowhere. There was no Linux user, there was nothing in WordPress. Words, come to me quicker. Let's see, is this? No, it's not that. Then we might not have any use for that, we'll see. Oh gosh. Yeah, so the other thing made me feel very stupid. Well, we learn. So let's try the other passwords we have. I'm going to my zero info here. So we have like all of them open now. We have admin and this for the other one. First I'll just try admin because just because. And let's try Oriana too. So her password, no. Okay. So just to be safe, you know. So how smart is this thing? Do we get any feedback? Can we do it with just admin nothing? that's all the names we had there at least. Any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions on what we should do? I mean, we did have to brute force the other one. But I don't have any other passwords in here. I didn't try this password with admin. Let's try this too. So admin, and I think it's still in the paste, yeah. So let's try this too. So Jenkins default quad, just to see if it's like admin password. I didn't try admin password. I usually try that. If this is it, no. So let's just double check that. Click something else. So this is not what I wanted. Let's assume admin is correct. So then we should have an admin, I'm assuming. So where did this come from here? Red Hat docs. Come on, page. How many times have I started scrolling down now? Did it hop to another page? First time Jenkins starts the configuration created along with administrator, user, and password. The default credentials are admin and password. So let's trust Red Hat's documentation, right? And I know that I have Jenkins notes, so we're going to add this to my Jenkins notes. I don't think I have this in there, and this is of course in web, not in Jenkins. I'm just curious what I had here. Yeah, there's a script console. So as long as we get into Jenkins, this is like, I know this. I've done Jenkins several times. Not like WordPress. It was like once before. And it's more complicated than just having a script console that you can just play with. And we have a Groovy script for this in our shells directory. That's called revsh.groovy. So as long as we find the password for this one, but it seemed not to be the default. I tried admin, I tried password, I tried the ones we knew. So I'm always reluctant to think that they want us to brute force stuff, you know? So let's actually put this in our notes, like the source of the default creds for this, because I don't want to like hop onto so this is actually a new tab, and I need to make these notes finished. So it's not really shell as her again, because it's just doing using the information we got here already. Oh, it's probably in between. No, whatever. It's already here. Yeah, here. So this information is what we need for the next one. We don't need another shell. Let's do SSH port forwarding. And this is what we'll do instead here. So what I have in my paste is path to Jenkins. So this will be the next nodes, which will be 9. Oh, I added 2 new. Okay. So Jenkins. Default node. I did copy the 2 things there. I guess Windows can do it, right? Windows V. There. So the source of the information there. This does not work. And none of the other passwords or accounts we have work. So I guess, oh, missed the letter. So I guess we will try brute force it here. I'm like always, do they really want us to? Do they really want us to? Let's put this here first. So yeah, let's, come on, didn't I click? I'm just exiting that one. And this is with the F. We're just seeing this information. Let's look again, because I think I scrolled too far up. Yeah, so this is without the F, it's just typing stuff on here. So if we had the F, we wouldn't have that line. So let's just copy this. And forget I tried 8080. Because that's embarrassing. Copy selection. I was like, where is it? Where is it? So many funny mistakes. Well, we're learning. I'm ashamed. Well, Jenkins is a website. We have burp running. Did we turn off burp? Did I turn it on? Yeah, I did. So burp is on. We should have this captured. Our tests for the passwords. So this is why I removed it before we started, so it's not such a million ones. Not the same crazy amount. My god! I've never sorted on this before ever. So I guess this is the first time ever. So Doc's Red Hat really went crazy. Here we have the local hosts. My blind there. And there the 8080s that never worked. Here we can see, right, I know that you're up in that corner. I've got my head in the way. Here we have the login. Security check, login error, post. Here is the submit sign in. So let's use
Party
this
E
one.
says, wish I can learn them.
What do you want to learn? So tell me if I'm not explaining properly what I'm doing, because I'm kind of assuming I know the least of everybody. I should be more like explaining what I do, right? I should do that because everybody might not know more than I do. So we're currently getting the, when we click the send button on the login here. So I shouldn't Google this on this box. I should have Googled it without burp at least. That's why we got so much in the history of burp, because everything is saved there. So when we send one of these, it is sent as a post through burp as a proxy. And that's why we have the requests that are sent here. We can see the request and the response from the server. And we now want to do this automated and try different passwords here. And we don't want to do that with burp, for burp it's very slow doing it, but we can get this information here on what is actually sending. And then we could use a tool like Hydra that we will look in the notes again. So, and my notes are public. I need to update it though. So we have brute force here, cracking brute force. And in here we have Hydra, and if we scroll down we will have, this is from a TryHackMe room, I think, from the start, the image there. So so this is HTTP get form, so we need a post like this. So something like this we can do on the command line to get stuff. So first, let's start with just copying one of these that I have run. This is on a specific box. Once I had a real long one here. This was a Hydra command, but this seems to be kinda okie dokie. Oh, that's a long one. So let's go up to the short one. Let's look at this one. And we know that the fail is this message, right? Let's see. Yeah. We can also do 3 or 2. Whatever. Let's continue. I will look at that when we have written it more. So this feels very slow, but I'm sorry. Let's continue. So let's go to. So this is actually still a prompt here, so we just need to click to get our prompt up. But it's in debug mode, so maybe we want a new one. This is also on the machine. We can use this one if we want to do stuff on it. No, we don't. We want a totally new one that's just us. And I'm going to make the time for the machine add an hour. We have 30 minutes left there. So where I'll paste this is actually on the notes of the box, and we'll edit it first and then we will put it on the machine. So yeah, let's actually put it in here. So Hydra V shows what it tries, so we can see, and the login name will be admin then, because that was apparently the default and we don't have anything else to try. We could try a list of all the ones we know though. Let's just do this one because it will be quicker, and if it doesn't work we can. Oh right, and in this one I had a specific file apparently with passwords. So now let's just do didn't I have it up? No, because of this. So we don't want fast track. I'm just browsing here for RockU. Here we have RockU, and then we go to this file and we paste. So RockU is a long list with a lot of passwords. And this is now internal. And HTTP post form space, and this is not the path, right? So now we need to look at this request and see what it actually, where it sent it, and so it's sending it to this. Okay. So I'm not certain exactly on the format. I think it's the colon there that makes it. Let's just put this there and let's, fingers crossed. So I think this colon starts the bit with the, I'm sure of it actually. And let's copy our string from ours and let's put it here. So I'm just putting a space in between so we can see what's the new and the old. And then we want the user here. into
John Rosemary says,
here.
hello.
Hello, John. Welcome in. Welcome back. How are you today? And then we get the password into here. And then we'll try from this list, and the username is this. And then this one had other stuff here. But the very end here is interesting. Very end is interesting. So let's keep this. Maybe F error. I don't think so. Let's look again at Hydra and at the different versions I've done HTTP here on. So this one has this string. This is like the default whatever text you have in there. So this is always finicky. So we have this invalid username or password here. So I'm going to copy this and we're going to paste it on this part of it here, there, and let's go back again and let's make sure this is, yeah, it was inside of these. It's part of the string sent here to Hydra after the HTTP post form. So if we copy all of this and we go here and we paste this, and it didn't copy. You can see that's the old one. Oh, this is so annoying when it happens. So I'm just going to, maybe I could just go do this instead. I'll have to try and copy it again. Copy. Paste. No, I did the wrong characters. No, it's still not copied. I copied the wrong one. So it wasn't copied by this fold. I thought it was Harry copying. So let's copy this one instead. And so now we have the right one. Internal, RockU. So now it's testing a lot of passwords, and if this is what we're supposed to do, then it should be quick in finding something. I don't know what quick would be though. Let's take the opportunity while it's doing it to double check what we do in here. It will never find the right thing if this is wrong. And there's an option for 3 or 2s too. So let's actually do this and open this separately, and we have a lot of tabs now. Let's actually close these. So why did I do? Oh, I shouldn't be annoyed at what I messed up before anymore. So let's just ignore that and do this instead. Every time I see it, I'm like, I was so stupid.
I'm fine. I didn't notice the stream. I'm with the baby.
Here.
I didn't realize. Now he's sleeping.
Oh, with the baby. Oh. Yeah, you're so welcome in here. I hope the baby's... How old is the baby? How old is he? It was some time since I had a baby. I'm thinking it might not be correct. The problem with Hydra is that if this won't be there, you know, it doesn't work. Don't follow found redirects. The default should be to follow redirects. We wanted to follow redirects. But I always think this is a bit of a mess. So if this is don't follow. Oh no, I'll have to look a little farther down here. So this one we get login failed. Request. Oh right, this is the request and this is the Hydra command. Yeah. Yeah, so we did the same thing. We took this bit and put it first, and then there's a colon, and then there's this bit where these paths and things inserted, and then there's a login failed bit at the end here added. And this one has please enter the correct credentials. This one has login failed, and this one has the don't follow found redirects. And I don't remember this, so I have to check again the help. I think I might have it at the bottom here. Yeah, right, so this is the help for HTTP GET form. So let's see. I'm feeling my... Oh, so didn't it read now? No.
6 mouths. Rockyou.txt,
Oh,
it's a heavy Vike file.
Yeah. But also it's passwords, and it starts with the most common ones, so usually it's found... Yeah, I understood. But it was kinda cute. 6 months-year-old have several mouths, right?
6 months.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great age. But they can be like very wild, right?
He. Translated from Spanish.
Yeah. Yes, I'm seeing my youngest with ADHD running around, and he was like, I think he was walking when he was 8-9 months, and he totally skipped crawling. And he started climbing at once, and he was climbing up on like everything. On the table, jumping down with his head first. Up on the sofa, jumping down with his head first. No check on what's... he wasn't big enough to understand it could be dangerous. Oh gosh. So how much does one of these, oven or like stove protector thingies for babies help if they like manage to climb up on there? And he pushed like a stool to the stairs and climbed over the fence thingy there, and just like a tiniest baby, not 1 year old. And oh gosh. Well, he's smart. Is it your first kid after saying this? So my oldest, he was like, oh, I'm very useful. Oh, look, there's a ball. And couldn't really steer his arm. It was a very tiny baby. He could just grab down the ball and he could like roll it until he fell asleep. But he's got autism, so I think it's different interests. Like my ADHD kid, he was like, oh, I've seen that 10 seconds. Something else. Find me something else. So he was so motivated to explore the world. They're both smart kids. So...
Mine is learning to crawl. It's very hard for everyone and very fun.
Yeah. And it's so different too. Some babies do one thing first and some others do another thing first. So it's... yeah. And also I kind of lose track on when stuff happened before that, when they get older. So let's look at the examples here. This one just says incorrect. And this one has S equals result success, which we don't get an explanation on for here though, but it's just an example of how this works. So we haven't gotten any result, and it's almost 20,000, it's 18,000. So I'm thinking either this is not what we're supposed to do, or this is the wrong way to do it. I mean, the Hydra command is bad, probably. So if we don't have any other passwords or anything else to look at, I'm thinking we should probably do the brute force thingy.
What do you think about putting passwords in other languages, such as Swedish or Spanish? Would it be more difficult for any hacker to decrypt?
Probably, right? If they were... But now I just use random letters and they stick in my head somehow, if they're not too long. So I have like 14 random characters that I didn't think of, but like Firefox generated or something. I think that's kind of hard for one of these things to do. But they are saying you should put a long sentence together, right? But if it could be in another language, then what's your machine? And it's not English, it's not your locale or anything, then maybe do like Japanese or Chinese or something characters. But then you can never be sure to be able to type it there, right? So I don't know what you see because I have chat up. Let's see there. Now you can see what you see. So what I'm thinking is that this is kind of going kind of far. So the other day, let's see, where is it? So when did I last use Hydra? Because every time I kind of like, I think we're on the right spot to read it though. Syntax condition string. So the condition string is what is my problem here. First is the page on the server, the get or post to URL, like login. We remembered that, right? Second is the get post variables taken from either the browser, proxy, etc. And we took it from our proxy, which is burp, without the initial question mark. Well, this was a post, not a get. Username and password being replaced with user. We did this, pause. Third is optional parameters, and this is the tough bit. So, last is a string that checked for an invalid login. By default, invalid conditions login checks can be preceded by F. Successful condition login checks must be preceded by S. So F is default, we don't need to add it. Here's a 2 for 302. We get a 302 when we fail. But we might get a 302 when we succeed. Which we probably do, as this is a successful attempt. So if we do this, we will get success on everything. Because, yeah. Yes, I'm thinking the other day we used quickly, because I didn't think of, I did like everything. I checked editing the plugins, uploading new plugins, uploading new themes, and we tried uploading images, we tried everything but editing themes, because editing plugins didn't work, we couldn't save them. So I just missed it in my logic, and we checked I'm sure it's up here still, so we checked this, this is earlier. So anyway, here, the theme editor. So I just scrolled a tiny bit at a time, and when I saw the theme editor, I was like, oh my god, I didn't do that. So we didn't look at more stuff then. But let's see what these people did, because I don't want to test a million things in Hydra and we're supposed to do something totally different, because I have a bit of a time limit today here. And yeah, it's almost 2 hours and my kid is waiting for me. Then you can copy. Yeah, we have done this. So why is this here? I'm just scanning bits so we don't scroll too far. So this was long ago. Oh, they did ifconfig too. We just went on that file that we found. Oh, and they are on the Jenkins too. Have they found a password that works? I googled the default credentials. They didn't try the other ones we had. I'm sure they did. They're using FUF for HTTP login people. This is advisable. Browser capture post request. Save it to a file. Okay, so how are they doing this? Because we have this up, you know, we could save it easily. So I haven't used FUF for passwords. Maybe that's, oh gosh, I did see the password. I don't want to see the password. Let's try FUF, because I haven't done this. Let's learn something new. Notes. Jenkins. I don't think this works. Someone told me you could search in this. Yeah, so let's abort this one. I don't think it's... if we're supposed to brute force, it will be before 37,000, you know. I think we're failing to find the correct thing. So they seem to be brute forcing too, you know, or they are. So we'll have to try this later and see. It's suspended, you know, but it's also, we will have to use something else. Why did I Control C it? Did I? Okay. Control C. Yeah. I was like looking for, it will say resume. We can resume it if we want to. But I don't want it to be this busy. So let's now look at the FUF example they did. And they saved it to a file. So let's hop over here again, and I feel bad that I'm not at my kid's doing his thing. So let's save this one. Where is the file one? So I think we need to send it like to repeater first, and then we can save it. Is that it? Not save item. Select it. I feel blind. Copy to file. Right, it's this is so annoying. Why can't it say save to file? Copy to file. So this is not ADAS, this is THM. Oh gosh, this is, can I type? There it is. I prefer the prompt so much to this. Internal. Here, so request dot, well, let's do just request. We don't need .txt, we're not on Windows. And then we go to this directory, right? So we go cd sham internal, and we have the request here. And then I'm going to look at what their thing was. Let's copy this to our notes, and this will probably have odd characters since it's, yeah. Oh, there are also like, yeah, it's like made bold or something with that, right? So this is called request, the file name. Request proto HTTP. Oh, they're using another list. Oh, right, so they get all the information from the request there, so the only thing needed. Well, let's test this, I guess. Do I have this list? Probably. So this is new. That's fun, but I also don't know. I need to know more about FUF. So, did they do anything to the file? I know that if you do SQL map, you have to like edit it, right? Here's the password, because right click it and save it. Now you can use the following command. So they just do that and it works. And for us it doesn't. Localhost 9000. Or did it already find the password? I'm like, what? I think we're missing something here because I don't know FUF. Let's find more about FUF. FUF. I always think 2F's at the end, right? So let's learn FUF. So I have notes on FUF, but it's like nothing, I think. So let's go to web. We can close connection, web. So fuzzing, FUF. And I didn't have nothing. This is always embarrassing. Usernames, passwords. So this is another way of doing it. They sent a file. Yeah, and we specify the variable name to use here. That I like, because some are odd. So content type, application, only gonna please enter the correct credentials. FUF. Yeah, so I'm a bit tired actually. I've got a bit of a headache. I really do want to finish this one now. But my kid is waiting, you know, and he's been waiting for 1 hour and 40 minutes now. all we have done today should have taken like 10 minutes, I feel. Well, I guess it's okay to learn things, not know everything from the start. It's just that I'm not. Hydra is odd. If this works better for username passwords thingies, let's try this format instead, and we can combine the both of them. So again, I did the same thing when I want them both open. So here, let's look at this one. So I just wanna sh these so they look a bit prettier. So here we have Hydra has VL admin. Here we have usernames txt. We only have. We don't need this. This is not a variable. So I think we can just put admin here, right? Since this one has options to add stuff. So password, this one has, well, let's first of all, let's make sure we have this file, because that could have failed it, but I'm sure it would have told us, right? So yeah, it's not there. This could be a problem.
Madam Fabulous says,
Oh slash.
Hi, welcome in. So I just run a command there with a word list I don't have, which is kind of useless. So let's just try with RockU instead. Let's actually here. Oh gosh, I'm typing in the wrong place. So now. Oh no. So we can also see in the formatting. So I think I might have sec lists, but just, yeah, another name of it. So what was that list's name? X. There's nothing with X there anyway. Oh well. So let's do RockU then. And this is theirs except for we're using another file. Yeah, I don't think this works. I think we need to do what we're trying to. So I removed that password txt. Let's paste actually RockU there. So, and URL is nowhere. Well, it is localhost. Colon 9000 slash so there, and then D, username admin, password pass. I don't know if we know that need that H thingy. And the string is invalid. But this will be after a redirect. Right? So what do you think? I'm just trying for something short to get rid of so I can. This is not right. So why did this not disappear? The IP. Oh gosh. So and testing stuff. Of course it could be that this password is not in there in this file. And it could be that Rocky did test this password, and I happened to see the password when we looked for tips on how to brute force this, and found this FUF version of it instead. So this will be a long window. So here it's starting to test stuff. So does anyone know how you search in this window? Someone told me you could search here, right? I think so. Find. Find is just Ctrl-Shift-F. Yeah, that's common. We can do Ctrl-Shift-F. Okay. So, we don't need to search, because I think this is a password. Let's see. Checking back here. And this is what we tested, and this didn't work. But we don't have this list either. But yeah, SpongeBob. So if our Hydra would have worked. So the problem here is to find that this was actually, it's a 91, number 91. So it should have worked. And also we should have already found it with this one too. Oh gosh, this is hard to find the right place. And this doesn't have the verbose information. Yeah, so. Yeah. So let's actually do something different. And I'm thinking, what will happen if I open RockU? That won't be a good idea, probably. But it will, let's see, if it's not smart, it will crash. And the stream will crash. Experimentation. We have to find if this will crash it. Yeah. Me and these windows. If I click home, if I click here, oh, look, I could do it. I could get to the root of this. USR, and it's share and word lists. And I thought this would be quick. So I saw it, it's there. And we have Rocky. It's just a few megabytes. Let's see. It's not UTF-8, valid. I should have done it in the prompt, in the terminal. So let's whatever. Well, I had to try it. So the resources seem... We'll see. The stream can crash if it's... It shouldn't be able to steal too much memory though. It doesn't have more than it have. It has, kinda. That's all. But it still crashes sometimes. So, let's see here. We have 90. So let's take the first 100 words here, and let's just copy these, because I'm going to try it in burp now, right? So, so we hop it over here, and we just make a list where we replace this with our pasted list, simple list. So I am slow. We know you're slow. That's why we didn't want to do this. But now we can look at the results ourselves and find what's good ourselves and see what we actually will get for what kind of result we'll get. No, nothing. Come on. Is it still doing something? So, is it this box being slow? I just wanted to check everything. And actually read the message. Demo version. Functionality is disabled. Time throttled. Well, so it's
That's just saying you're going to lose the proxy from burp. Which is fine.
So what? The message is just saying I'm slow. It's slow. Yeah, so did we still run anything here? Of course this is running, you know? That's why it's extra slow. And I should have turned off the verbose mode, but we didn't. I just want to make sure this isn't still running. It's probably still running. Yeah. So that's one reason to be slow.
Lucia says, thank you for sharing, great content. I am also trying to learn and it is very helpful.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I'm just a bit stressed now because my kid wanted me like 2 hours ago, and just 20 minutes after I started streaming. And I was like, I need to do this. I think it's quick. So it's not really doing anything, right? Why? So the list is not one item, it's using the simple list. This should work. It's 100 lines, because I copied the 100 first. So why doesn't it work? Is it just too slow with the verbose version of the SSH tunnel thingy? Gosh. Port forward. Well, it worked, kinda. The others worked. Hydra worked. It didn't just... We don't know how to get it to stop, how to get it to find what's correct. And that's why I thought I want to do it myself and see what's correct, how it looks. And if we don't even have one finished one, I can't see a thing. Is the box dead or something? Did we kill it? Let's look at just the time first. So it says 49 minutes. I'm adding an hour, but I will never... I can't stream this much longer now. So let's hop over here again. So we know that it missed it in both of these. And the one that they said as an example didn't work. Oh gosh. This is just too much in this. So this is how many things I heard this. So here's the other one. Does it say any error here? What is the error? Error 0. But the file didn't exist. So it read nothing and that's why it finished it quickly. And then we look at the help. This, by the way, let's take the opportunity. No, I don't think I can copy this because it will just scroll. Right? Maybe I could have. So we tested using what I had before. We tested starting it with a rock U instead for the list they had that we didn't have. So I've never tried to brute force with FUF. I'm very interested in learning it. So apparently it tests here, but where is the test? It says FR. So FR, let's scroll up and see. Because this is just from my notes copied. Regex. Response size. Well, we need to know more about the response to be able to use these, really, right? Comma separated range. This is interesting. This seems more capable than Hydra to find. Depends on what it means with filter, of course. Let's see if it has done anything. No, this is like dead. This thing is dead. We could like get a new one, test again, or like just do a new one and get it from the proxy again. Let's just see. So, since I happen to see the right, I think it would spawn Bob. If it's correct, I don't know. Nah, the box is just dead, right? We killed it with all the stuff. I think it's dead. Or it doesn't have to be the box that's dead. Let's duplicate this tab. It could be the SSH, maybe that's kinda dead. Will this work? Yeah, so alright. So this was replaced too by our update, meaning it worked. It's only that we already have Netcat connected on this port that it's trying to use. So this worked, really. We're still connected here. I'm going to actually exit stuff. And there's lots of exits to exit the poor thing. I can't type here. So let's so this doesn't work very well either. Now so we can actually exit the terminal in there, but still then maybe we'll get it like F, like we didn't do. So next time we will just try this from the start. We don't need to do the web thing, you know. We have the password of this user, so we can just go from here, and I'm going to go and do the thing with my kid. I'll just check that he still wants it first, otherwise we can continue, but if he still wants it, I'll have to go do it. Laban, jag kan sluta när om du vill. Vill du köra nu? Jag stänger ner och så hämtar jag spaghetti. Okej. Det kommer snart. Jag stänger ner och så fixar jag allting. Vilken tack. Jag ville bara dubbelkolla innan jag stänger ner att du ville. Yeah, so he wanted to. We're going to do Scratch. Like learning him, teaching him programming. He's learning himself mostly. So that's like important to me. So he's 16. It's like he needs to learn programming. He has to learn it, right? So he's not been very interested before. But he's wanted to do stuff, and still he didn't want to learn it, you know, he just wanted to know it, kind of. So I'm thinking, oh, this is a problem. Let's see, who should we raid? Yeah, so everybody, thank you for being here, and I'm sorry for this stream being a bit odd, and you know. So let's see who we got on. It's not a lot of people. We have like...
Yeah, feeding the fire is tough. You don't want to put it out, D.
Yeah, right. I think we'll do Captain Coder. Let's first mute this tab. So I was thinking of this dude. He was playing with a 3D printer someday, but I don't know what he's doing now. So he's talking. Let's do Captain Coder. It was a bit ago since we did this. Rated him. He's kind of funny. Though I'm not really into game dev, but he's like doing a fun thing of it, and he's well, it's fun. So, and I'm going to go teach my kid to make games, right? So thank you everybody for being here. I'll click on the message, and of course we need to. Oh, so who's starting? Shadowrunner. This is a kind of fun because he's running with his dog. He's running a lot. If you think this is fun, you know, out in like hills and stuff, I'm going to paste into YouTube too the link there. A dash before so it's not TDS. And I will be back tomorrow at 13 and continue this. I will try not to finish it myself. Yeah, but I might actually test a few different ways to get the thing, but I might not because I have so much to do. I have to fix my hubby's tires and everything too. So Thank you, everybody.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Have a great day, everybody.